had a beverage or three. I thought I'd come on and see if YouTube's wants to squirt any people my way. This is the second live I've done in recent times. I'm just having a chill day on the balcony, and I thought if anyone comes on and has any questions, then I can answer the questions. But in the attention economy, if you're not willing to do what it takes to get the attention, then you're not going to get a lot of people on. Hey, Aqua Boy 1. Hey, buddy. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Thought I'd go live. And hey, Monkey Jim. Hey, good to see you again. Thought I'd go live for the second time. I don't know if it's ever, but second time since I've been in Dubai. Thought I'd do a little Q&A if you guys are interested. Good to see you, Jim. So let's chat. Ask me anything. Future, robotics, AI, money, business, entrepreneurship, investing, Bitcoin, robots. Did I say that already? JD, Dubai. Ask me anything you want. Let's see if we can get a conversation going. Because I feel like a chat. And I'm 3 JD and Honey's in. Hey Terry, nice to see you, mate. I'm good, thank you. A little bit drunk, I would say. not steaming drunk, but I definitely could not drive a vehicle right now, or maybe walk in a straight line. But yeah, I'm good, mate. Feeling good. The temperature here in Dubai is lovely right now. It's just turning night. It's lovely. Okay, Jim's got a question. I like it, Jim. You're a legend, mate. What do you think will happen with BTC? It's been going down and we don't seem to have had an alt season yet. So on the Fear and Greed Index, and this is not, I'll caveat this is not investment advice. This is just my current thoughts because Jim's asked, and I've literally been thinking about this lots today. We are in extreme fear on the Fear and Greed Index. Now, as you guys know, the Fear and Greed Crypto Index, typically speaking, extreme fear should be a buy point, extreme greed should be a sell point, especially if you're kind of swing trading or something like that, using sentiment as an indicator. My personal thoughts are, damn, I wish I would have sold at 125. Having said that, I do still have conviction that Bitcoin and the whole crypto market is going to go up. I think this is essentially near enough the next bottom. I think we're going to have one probably parabolic rise. And so I think this is a good buy point. I almost considered buying. I've been liquidating all my UK assets in advance of Rachel Reeves' tax raid that's coming, just in case she tries anything weird, like some kind of retrospective, or even whatever, just some kind of tax raid, some kind of exit tax raid. Even though I'm resident in Dubai, I'm still in that transition period whereby my UK companies have got a bunch of assets, but I've been liquidating them this last week or two. So I know everything's been crashing, and I tell you what, it'll be the first time I've gone to cash almost exactly at the top, and then everything's started crashing since. I'm not on about crypto, I'm mostly on about stocks and shares, mutual funds. But I'm essentially all in cash now, not fully, but cash and crypto. Cash, crypto, a little bit of real estate, because even my real estate I'm mostly out of now. Cash, crypto, real estate, and businesses. Most of my stocks and shares are gone. So yeah, I'd maybe sold the top, but I don't think so. I think the money printers are starting in the US. I think that there's a lot of things pointing to the fact that actually we are going to get that parabolic rise in crypto. So if you said, gun against your head, Matt, you've got to get it right or you die, is crypto going up or is it going down? Have we already topped out and we're just going down? I would say we're going to go up. and that is against popular opinion. I've seen proper crypto bulls saying that's it, we're out, we're done, it's over, and we're extreme fear. I think crypto's gonna go. I think if I was a betting man, it'd be time to put money into crypto, not take it out. But having said that, caveat emptor, buyer beware. I haven't got a clue what's going to happen. But I'm not freaking out. My guess is crypto is going to soar real soon. So I'm still hopeful, but I accept I could be waiting 4 years, and maybe the alt season never comes. We'll have to see what happens. Thanks for the question. Aqua Boy says, I've almost finished polishing my AI SAAS. Really excited. That's awesome to hear, mate. Well done. So many people are so like dip in and out of stuff. They never give anything enough of a shot to make it work. So well done, you. Terry says, haha, it's looking great out there. I'm interested to know, what are the challenges with getting an AI app to market? Is that likely to going to cost more than making the app itself? No, it depends on your strategy, Terry. Like 99% of the strategies that I advise for new people to any internet marketing, especially SaaS, is use organic, free or almost free strategies. Don't invest a load of money. You'll get, especially as a beginner, if you've not had success online before, paid ads or paying for marketing will eat you alive. So it's not something that I advise my clients to get into beyond retargeting ads. Retargeting ads, they make sense for almost anyone and everyone. If you've got something you're selling, just look into retargeting ads. Retargeting ads, you almost can't not get positive ROI. Because what they are, they just follow people around the internet. So somebody's already landed on your sales letter for your SaaS, and then they get pixeled, and then when they go anywhere, depends on what you've got set up, but let's say they go on Facebook, and you've had a Facebook retargeting pixel put on essentially on their device. They're added to an audience, and when they're next on Facebook, they see your retargeting ad. So it gives you the touch points to make to kind of brand yourself. So retargeting ads are the only paid ads that I would recommend for beginners. Cold ads will eat you alive in most cases, unless you get lucky or you know what you're doing or you pay somebody that knows what they're doing. So no, 99% of the stuff that I suggest is either free or it's paid only after you've got the money. So like an affiliate program, you only pay 30% of your revenue if you make a sale. So it's like a no-brainer. So no, the answer is actually I advise zero cost marketing strategies on the most part. Jim says, you think it's a bit of a tree shake at the moment? I think if it is a tree shake, I think it's only like the top guys that know that it's a tree shake. I think that generally speaking, nobody really knows what's going on apart from the top guys, but just too many things align. You've got institutional buy-in of crypto, you've got money printers coming on. Trump's not going to want a crash on his watch because the Democrats in the US are desperate for Trump to fail economically. Like, he's been doing all these tariff stuff, and whatever you think to the tariffs, depending on whether they've affected you or not. As far as America goes, that was a stroke of genius, because actually I think they've gone into a massive surplus, a quarterly surplus. So they're bringing in billions and billions of dollars with these tariffs, and the balance sheet and America as a whole is looking a whole lot stronger since Trump's tariffs. Obviously, if you're on the receiving end of like some downside of that, I could get it. You might not like it, but he's not going to want there to be a massive crash on his watch if he can do anything about it. And as far as I'm aware, they're going to start printing soon. And I know they're saying that the correlation between money printing and crypto price increases has been decoupled, but I don't buy it. I think that there's dark, shadowy forces working to try to undermine the worldwide economy. I think it is teetering on the brink of massive collapse and definitely recession or probably depression, but I don't think we're there yet. I think they're going to start printing money, and I think we're going to see at least one last leg up. That's my belief. Again, Caveat emptor, I don't know. And I definitely wouldn't, I wouldn't take the ramblings of a drunken man on his balcony in Dubai. Yeah, I think we're going up, mate. I think we're going up. Stocks have been doing the last week as well, but I've been buying. Yeah, I've sold everything, Jim. I think that stocks are going to see an increase as well. I don't think that we've topped out. I've sold everything, but that's just to exit the UK, because I just want to exit the UK, because that was always my plan. I didn't move to Dubai to leave all my assets in the UK, but this Rachel Reeves budget in the UK's speeded things up for me. It's just made me go, okay, I need to do it before the next budget, because as much as people are saying, oh, they're not going to do this, they're not going to increase this, they're not going to increase that, let's face it, whatever's the worst outcome for wealth creators in the UK, they're going to do that. Whatever punishes working people, productive people, taxpayers, business owners, entrepreneurs, whatever punishes those most is what Labour are going to do next, in my mind. So I think if my plan was always to exit the UK, I don't want any assets in the UK. I want to be totally gone. I'm going to keep an ISA. I've got an ISA with a bunch of stocks and shares in it. I'm going to keep them. That's my UK, not insurance policy, but I'm going to keep them because why not? I'm paying no tax there. Unless they change the rule on ISAs, then I'll clear that out as well. But essentially, I've sold all my stocks and shares, and I'm going to send the money over here, and then I'm going to selectively rebuy stuff here. But honestly, I think we're so toppy in the market. I do think we've got some rise to come, but we're so toppy in the market. I only really like to buy dividend paying stuff. I like to aim for stuff that's paying 5%. But I'm so aware that AI is going to change everything soon. A lot of these businesses aren't going to even be businesses unless they embrace AI. So it's rocking a hard place. It's rocking a hard place right now. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to throw most of my cash into high interest accounts, because you can get them in Dubai. I can't remember, I don't know what it is right now, but maybe 4.75% and no tax to pay. And obviously I will not have to pay the tax on it coming over here. So for me personally, I'm probably going to put most of my money into high interest just accounts. Still some stocks and shares, still got a decent amount in crypto. I'm going to buy some property in the UAE just for a golden visa, but essentially I think that all assets are bubbles right now. We're primed and ready for a pop, but I've been saying that for a long time, so we'll see what happens. Terry says, concerning Bitcoin, I think it's bottomed out right now and it's due a parabolic rise, but the 4-year cycle is actually up now, so wouldn't be surprised if it done what it's always done. Yeah, people are saying 5-year cycle, aren't they? I agree. I think that it's about bottomed, and I think we're going to see a parabolic rise. I think people are going to be shocked, but we are in the minority now, Terry. Like, I would say less than 2% of crypto gurus are bullish right now. It's like 98% of them are bearish and accepting it's all over. So who knows? But I'm not selling anything. I've not sold any crypto, and I bought as of a few weeks ago. So I'm in no matter what. If the alt season never happens and I lose the money, I lose the money. I bought them knowing that I could. But I think if we sit tight, I think we're going to see. I think we're going to probably have to sit tight and stay in longer than I wanted to. I wanted to be all out in 2025. I didn't want to own any crypto after that, other than maybe 1 or 2 Bitcoin. And then rebuy back in when it all crashes. Maybe we go Q1 2026. Some people are saying that. I don't know. But I'm not selling anything right now. Jim says, do you think stocks are cooked in the short term? I don't know, Jim. Everything's expensive. Property's expensive. Gold and silver's expensive. Silver's maybe not too expensive, but it's all-time highs, I think, still. Gold's expensive. Crypto's expensive. Stocks are expensive. Everything. Real estate's expensive. Everything. All assets are expensive. But if they start printing money en masse, you probably still want to be in assets more so. But for the last few years, I've been mostly focusing on stocks that pay a 5% or as close to 5% dividend as possible, because I figure if it goes down, as long as I can maintain some kind of dividend payment, I'll be happy enough. I'll just keep it long term. So, but it's easier to get stuff with 5% returns in the UK than it is over here. In the UAE, getting 5% seems more difficult unless you buy an individual stocks, which exposes them to risk. So I've got a little bit of UAE stocks like Salik, which see all that traffic down there. Every time that traffic is, I don't know how many gates there are, but on the way up to downtown from here, you go through a bunch of like toll gates, and every time you pass through one, it charges you. So that's Salik, and I think they've got a contract with the UAE for until 2027. No, not 2027, 2075, I think, something like that. Don't quote me on it. And I think it's part government owned. So it's like, as long as Dubai still has traffic, which it will, Salik's going to keep printing money until the world changes significantly. Then all bets are off. I don't know, but yeah, they pay a decent dividend. So I've been buying stuff like that to get, because 5%, as long as I can get 5% on my money, I'm happy. I don't need 25% or 100% gains a year. That's crazy. I just need 5%. So as long as I can get 5%, I'm happy. Peter Corrigan, the entrepreneur journey, says, hi Matt, what would you say is the more important, attention or gaining a skill? I think now gaining skills is overrated, Peter. Depends on the skill. I think it's all about being a generalist now. Specialism, the days are over. Not over, but the days are numbered for specialists. It should be the opposite. It should be specialists that last longer. But honestly, I think that generalists are going to win. So I would say attention's more important. But not if it's like Jeremy Fragrance attention, whereby it's like embarrassing, cringe stuff. That probably hurts your brand a bit. But attention is the currency of today. So I would definitely gain skills, but I wouldn't obsess over them, because 20 years from now, whatever skill you've got, it's been superseded by AI and robotics. Terry says that S&P is making new highs and I don't see any significant weakness. I mean, it's all a bubble, Terry. Printing money is why it just keeps going. The US stock market is a bubble. Everything's a bubble. All assets are bubbles. So I think it's weak, but that doesn't mean anything. It's been weak for a very long time and it just keeps going. So you've got obviously AI companies really delivering the goods, and I think ultimately AI companies are going to be the winners. I think AI and robotics companies are going to win over everything, and the valuations on them are crazy and they keep going up. They're some of my better performing stocks, AI and robotics stuff. I think they just keep going, because ultimately, even if we get some correction short term, robots and AI are the future, unfortunately. Aquaboy1 says, how do you think businesses like Amazon or agencies stack up to AI SaaS? I don't think anything matches AI SaaS for normal people now. Right, imagine you had to be a beautiful woman, perfect 10 to get into a nightclub, right? And as a troll, ugly, middle-aged man like me, you can't get in this nightclub no matter what, right? And all you ever want to do is get into this nightclub, but you're not allowed in because you're not a beautiful woman. And it's been like that forever. And then all of a sudden someone comes up to you and says, and gives you a coin, and you put the coin in your pocket, and they say, now you have the power of a beautiful woman, you can go in that nightclub. That's what's happened with AI SaaS, for want of a better analogy. I know that's terrible. That's what's happened with AI SaaS. AI SaaS right now is you become a perfect 10 beautiful woman, even if you're an ugly middle-aged troll. And most people don't realize that you can go in that nightclub. I don't know what a better analogy would be. I'm not the best with analogies on the fly, especially when I've been drinking JD honey all afternoon. But yeah, I think that hands down, the best business model online for normal people is AI SaaS right now. And obviously that's what my channel is about. I'm going to say that I'm biased, but it just is. Like, it just is for 100 different reasons. It just is. And in 5 years' time, I might not say that. It might be something else. But right now, you can build real businesses that serve real customers, faceless, passive, cheap to get into, fast to get into, easy to get into. And a year ago, it was impossible. And now it's not only possible, it's actually easy, quick, cheap, and all that stuff. So 100% the best business model right now, in my opinion, is AI SaaS. Random question, Jim says, but have you been up the Burj Khalifa? I love random questions, Jim. I'm solo drinking on my balcony in Dubai on a Saturday evening. So random questions is exactly what I want. I came to Dubai, I've been coming to Dubai for 13 years on holiday. The first holiday, me and my current partner, Holly, first holiday we went on, first vacation was to the Atlantis in Dubai 13 years ago. And here we are living here 13 years later, which is kind of cute and romantic, I think, or something like that. And for years, I would not go up the Burj Khalifa because I am scared of heights. I do not like heights, and that's the tallest building in the world. No chance of getting up there. And then I brought my daughter. I don't know how old she would have been. Maybe she was 7 or 8, something like that. Now she's 15, but I brought her a good few years ago now, and she wanted to go up the Burj Khalifa. And obviously, I'm a sucker for, like, if kids will do it, then I can do it. Like when I got stuck on a ski slope, loads of kids, tiny little kids, come flying down the ski slope. I was stuck, and I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's my mindset is, look, there's nothing I can't do if I put my mind to it. And it's like, so I went up the Burj Khalifa, even though I'm scared of heights, and it was fine. I enjoyed it. It was all right. So yes, I've been up the Burj Khalifa, and I don't know if you remember my first video has been on this balcony. I'm like almost 50 floors up, and it's high. And now here I am just chilling. I'm not even bothered. So, you know, you get desensitized to it, I guess. How comes you don't need to pay any tax in bringing your assets to the UAE? So it's not tax advice, Terry, and your circumstances might be different. But if you've got a cash balance in a UK limited company, it's my understanding, not tax advice, it's my understanding that if you've got a cash balance in your UK company that you've already paid corporation tax on, so I've already paid corporation tax, then you can then pay yourself a dividend. And the dividend currently, pre-Rachel Reeves' next whatever raid she's doing, tax raid, I don't know about the rules after that, but currently as it stands, it's my understanding, not tax advice, that you can essentially pay yourself that dividend and not pay any tax, any further tax. So I've already paid corporation tax on it at corporation level, but I can pay it out to myself and not pay any dividend tax or any income tax. So essentially, what's dividend tax in the UK now? Is it 25%, something like that? And income tax 45%. So essentially you're saving that. So you pay yourself £1 million that's stored up in your UK limited companies, for example, and then maybe you get away with 250 grand of tax you don't have to pay in the UK because you're a tax resident here. So that's my understanding of it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm essentially clearing out my companies, but anything I do have to pay tax on, so like UK property, I'm selling a property right now, a rental property that I've owned forever, and I will have to pay capital gains tax on it. There's no avoiding it. You can do some stuff to maybe save a little bit, but essentially I'm just going to pay capital gains tax on that. But anything that I don't have to pay any tax on, obviously I want to get the money over here so they can't change the rules and start raiding me. Copal says, what's up buddy? Jim says, what's the inflation rate like in Dubai? I think the UK is around 4% inflation. I don't really know, Jim. I'm not sure. It's very expensive here. It's weird because you talk to people that have lived in London and they're like, oh, Dubai is so cheap. And then I spoke to my client the other day, who's not a Londoner, he's just moved to Dubai, and I don't know where he's from actually. I don't know where he come from. I don't think he comes from London. And he was like, it's so cheap here. I'm like, what? He's like, I paid £2.90 for a pack of chicken. Well, I paid something like £8 for a pack of chicken here. But Ollie's obsessed with organic, so I think maybe Dubai's not expensive. Maybe maybe Ollie is. But like blueberries, she buys these bloody tubs of blueberries, and they're £10 a tub. Like, they're nice, they're gorgeous blueberries. I assume they're organic, or she won't be buying them. But they're like a tenner, £10. So spending money is so easy. But inflation, I don't know the answer to that really. It is what it is. But the UAE dirham is pegged to the dollar. So if the dollar is getting printed like crazy, I guess there would be some knock-on effects from to the UAE dirham. I don't know. I guess that's how it works. McFlash, how many SaaS companies do you have? I don't know, and I get roasted for not knowing. I've got about, last time I looked, I think, maybe I've got, more than 10 companies, 10 UK limited companies, less than 14. So it might be 13 companies. They're not all SaaS companies, but a bunch of them are. So I guess 5, 6-ish, something like that. But I don't know. And I get roasted when I don't know my numbers. Like I made a video saying I don't know how many rental properties I've got, UK rental properties, and I didn't. It's like I just didn't. I don't obsess over it. Like whatever, it is what it is. But I got roasted for not knowing. I think when you look at Dragon's Den and places like, you know, when you go like watch these programs on TV like Dragon's Den, they're like, oh, you've got to know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your profit, your revenue, your cost of goods sold, you don't know your profit margins, oh, you're a bad business owner. Absolute clown show. And I can't slag them off because obviously they're successful, but like, you don't need to know all your numbers. That's what accountants are for. Like, as long as you're profitable and moving the right way, small one-person businesses or businesses with a few people in them, they're not going to be, not everybody's obsessed over numbers. I've never been a numbers guy. I'm like, is my money going up? Yeah, okay, I'm doing all right then. But I'm like, I don't memorize like what profit I made last quarter. Like, I don't know. But yeah, you get roasted for not knowing them. Terry says, how is life with Holly and your baby son? I saw you had your teenage daughter come and visit. Looks like you're loving life. Yeah, no, life's good, mate. I'm really loving seeing Cove every day. Obviously, it was a little bit different from my daughter because she was young when me and her mum split up. So I didn't get to see her every day, but I saw her every weekend. And as much as it was my dream to, well, not my dream to move abroad, but it was Holly's dream to move abroad. And for a good few years, since all that craziness happened, I've wanted to move away from the UK because I fell out of love with it. Before that, I was the biggest fan of the UK. After that, after what happened 5 or so years ago, I fell out of love with it. I just can't believe how we were treated by people. And I don't mean just like people that we knew. I mean, people as a whole, society turned on us. That's how it felt, because we were in the minority. And I don't want to talk about it on the channel, but we were in the minority that didn't do what everybody else was doing. And it turns out, everything that's come out after, we were right. But we were in a minority. It felt like less than 5% of people felt like the way we did then, and everybody was attacking us. And I just fell out of love with it because I used to say to Ollie, most people have got good common sense. Most people have their heads screwed on right. They think right. And the last 5 years taught me that, oh no, I'm wrong about that. Most people don't have common sense, and most people they're not right. Like, they're just not. So I fell out of love with it a little bit, and obviously I've seen how things are getting crazy. So I moved abroad because my daughter was old enough that she said, it's all right, Dad, go. And we booked her 2 flights to come here before we'd even booked our own flights to move here. So she'd already got 2 trips, like flight here, flight back, flight here, flight back, before I booked our flights to even come here. So obviously I wanted to stay in touch with her. And she gave us a go-ahead, really, to say go do it. And we've had amazing times when she comes over. It's such quality time. It beats almost, in a way. Now, I'd still rather see her every week, but we get quality week or 2 when she comes over, which is amazing. And then obviously I get to see Cove every day, which is amazing. So yeah, from a family point of view, I love it. From a tax point of view, love it. I can essentially earn a ton of money and not pay very much tax at all. Now the weather's glorious. I love it. We go for a walk on the beach. I love it. I still got to put myself out there and start meeting people, but next month I'm going on a boat. I'm going on a yacht, a 50-foot yacht. I don't know if a 50-foot yacht's a big yacht, but I'm going on a 50-foot yacht with a bunch of people I've never met. I guess most of them would be entrepreneurs, so maybe I end up meeting a bunch of people here, and maybe I'll make some acquaintances on that boat trip. But that's happening next month, so that's going to be my first attempt to actually not just keeping myself to myself. Holly's got friends here. She's already made friends here. She's got a couple of mates here, good friends. I only have friends that I already knew from before, kind of thing, that are here. I've not really. I mean, I've made some people I speak to, but not mates yet. But yeah, maybe that'll change soon. So yeah, enjoying life anyway. Long story short, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Dubai is great, mate. It's great. It's not perfect, but it's great. Guatam says, aren't you scared of heights? Yeah, I am scared of heights. And look at me. I'm desensitized, mate. I'm desensitized. I'd get scared if I got close to the balcony. But I'm essentially like, I'm almost 50 floors up and I'm desensitized. Flash says, living the life in Dubai. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, we're going to walk to JBR in a bit, have a meal, meeting a couple of mates from the UK that moved over for the first time, actually, meeting them in person. I've spoken to them loads online, but meeting them for the first time tomorrow. So that'd be nice. Going for a Sunday roast. Jim says, Matt, would you ever own a humanoid robot to help around the house with cleaning, cooking, etc.? 100%, Jim. The reason why I own so many Tesla shares is because I'm betting on the fact that Elon Musk is going to put robots in everybody's home. I think bipedal humanoid robots are going to be in every home. Just like, I don't know who it was, but like in the 70s, somebody said, I don't know if it was Bill Gates, but somebody, I don't like Bill Gates, but in the 70s, I think it was, that somebody said, some big entrepreneur said there's going to be a computer in every home. And it turns out there's about 5 computers in every home, isn't there? Like, you've got them in your phone, you've got them in your computer, you've got them in your TV, there's computers everywhere. And they laughed at him. I think bipedal robots within, I would have to say 10 years, but within 20 years for sure, it's going to be bipedal robots everywhere, humanoid robots everywhere. It's going to be the world's biggest product, biggest and best-selling product ever. So I think that, yeah, Optimus, if not one of these Chinese robots, will be the best-selling product of all time. I think it'll be robots that make Elon Musk a trillionaire. The time's going up slowly on this thing. I don't know if there's any streaming issues. Let me know if there's a streaming problem. Can you hear and see me all right? But yeah, I will own 100%. I'll own a humanoid robot, and it'll be a Tesla. Ravinda, how are you, uncle? I don't know what that means. Flash, thoughts on white labeling Go High Level instead of vibe coding your own SaaS? I don't like Go High Level. I don't hate it, but I tried it. I didn't get on with it at all. I thought it felt, even though it's got a lot of features, I didn't like the implementation. It weren't easy to use. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. So vibe coding your own SaaS all the way. Jessica says, are you in the UAE? I am in the UAE, Jessica. A female on my channel, I think I've got like 99% male, so it's interesting to see you. But hi, glad to have you here. Terry says, how many SaaS companies do you have? Is similar to me trying to figure out how many women I've slept with. It will take some serious time working it out. Wow, you player, Terry, amazing. You must teach me sometime your game. Not that I'm in the market, but I like the confidence. Like I love that. I love that. If you can sell yourself to women, you can sell yourself to customers. What a skill set to have. Amazing. Miko says, hello boss. I've been seeing a lot of videos lately about getting rich with faceless YouTube channels, selling info products, day trading, and other online money making methods. Are those real hype? Okay. So I don't know about the particular individuals that are pushing these things, but all I will say is there's a million different ways to make money. Not a million, but it probably is. There's so many different ways to make money, and I've done them. Like, I've done a bunch of them. I'll say that day trading is, most people don't make money at it. Most people lose money at it. Selling info products, I made over $10 million selling info products, way over $10 million selling info products. So info products is great, but I wouldn't say low ticket PDFs and stuff like that is the way to go these days. Faceless YouTube channels, I mean, it's something I've not done, but I've heard people are making money in it. Yeah, there's money in everything. Like, Holly made some designs for t-shirts and put them on print on demand websites. So there's one called Redbubble, and it was not at our last house. We've lived in Dubai nearly a year, and we lived in the house before that for maybe 7 or 8 years. It was in the house before that, so probably 10 years ago ish. She made some designs and put them on Redbubble, and we still make the occasional sale on Redbubble. So it's like, that's print on demand on Redbubble. We still make money from a day's, she just did a couple of hours, maybe something like that, doing about 5-6 designs or something, uploaded them to Redbubble, and we still make occasional sales now. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not getting rich from it. It's like, it's a sticker and the commission might be 50 cents or something like that. But the point is, if you spend all day every day creating t-shirt designs and putting them on these merch websites or these print on demand websites, then you could absolutely make money at it. So if you ask me, is there money in print on demand? Yeah, there's money in print on demand. Is there money in Amazon? Yeah, there's money in Amazon. Is there money in AI SaaS? Yeah, there's big money in AI SaaS. Like, it's pick your preferred business model and run with it until something tells you either, yes, this is going to work, I'm going to keep going, or this is a reason why I'm not going to keep doing it, and then maybe you pivot into something else. What time is it over there, mate? I've not got my watch on, and I don't know how to look without pausing or like ruining this live. So I don't know, I'm guessing 6 p.m, something like that. Terry says, looks like the sunset behind you, which means the belt of Venus is in front of you, the opposite the sunset, where the shade meets the sky is a belt of purple pink. Perfect time of day, night, twilight. Look at you, Terry. Is this the game? Is this you showing me your game? Is this what you say to the ladies? Because I tell you what, if I was a lady and you said that to me, that would work. I'm yours. Streaming's fine, cool. Okra says, what do you think about AI automation? It's being peddled as best opportunity. Yeah, it is. I think it's a little bit, not saturated, but it's on its way. I think that if you've ever had to deal with, with demanding clients, then that alone could chase most people off. So not only have you got to find the clients against the backdrop of a lot of people that are really good at that stuff, you've got to then service the clients and keep the clients and all that stuff. So there's money in anything. There's money in it for sure, but I think there's easier ways to make money. Like, if you want to find, actively sell yourself, like, and sell to clients and then manage those clients, keep them happy, provide the service, and accept that they're going to do whatever they can to undercut you or change providers as soon as you piss them off, which is not going to be difficult. It's just dealing with red flag clients. If that's your kind of bag, then absolutely you could do the AI automation thing. But I think that, I don't know, I just have a preference for SaaS because there's huge money in it. SaaS, it's being disrupted right now with AI and AI agents. So I don't know, pick your poison really. There's money in anything, but I think AI SaaS is the best opportunity right now. McFlash says, what type of info products were you selling and what software were you using to host it? So I've been selling them for over 20 years, McFlash, on and off. Back in the day, it was PDFs and just HTML websites, just hosted on my own website. But I've used Teachable, Kajabi, Gumroad, you name it, I've used it. In the info product space, I've used them all. I'd have recommended Kajabi until about maybe a year ago, but they're overpriced in my opinion, and I don't think they treat the customers or their affiliates very well. I think Kajabi are going to see a massive decline over time. I think they've been overtaken. I personally, for my info product stuff, I use System. It's cheap. It's not the most user intuitive, but it's pretty powerful, and for what you pay for it, it's very cheap. So system.io. Cheeseburger says, hi Matt, can you integrate a SaaS business with another online platform business? Yeah, my actual latest video is exactly that, Cheeseburger. 100%. Not only can you should. I'm assuming you mean you've got a business and you want to plug some like SaaS into it. Absolutely, 100%. Not only can you should. It's like printing money. So we got any more questions? Because I see Holly has emerged from the bedroom. I'm going to go for some food shortly. So you got any more questions? This has been a great live, by the way. I'm really glad I've done it, even though I've had a few too many beers. I don't think anyone will be able to tell. If I didn't tell you I'd had a JD and Coke, I don't think you'd know. But yeah, post your last questions, guys. If you've got any questions, happy to answer them. I've enjoyed this live. It's been good. Yeah, about to wrap it up soon because we're going to go out. What's the best way to get traffic for a SaaS? There's no best way. It depends on your situation, what you're selling, if it's B2C, B2B, what niche you're in. Is there any influencers in the space? Is there any communities you can get access to, and all that stuff? There's lots of different things that will flavour that answer. So there's not a best way to get traffic. I think anything that's free and effective, you should consider. So things like affiliate programs are absolute no-brainers. Doing an equity or an affiliate deal with influencers, community owners, content creators that are in your space is an absolute no-brainer. If you can create content in that space, if you're good with social media, that can be a great way. There's so many ways. Like, I basically promote and teach all the organic methods with a sprinkling of paid on top, because paid will eat beginners alive. Not organic is the way. And if you can make organic work, then you can probably make paid work. But if you start with paid, you'll probably spend a lot of money and burn through a budget and not get many results. So for noobs that don't know what they're doing, do not start with paid ads. But yeah, there's no best way to get traffic. There's a bunch of different ways that you should definitely be applying. Like cold email. If it's B2B, you could do cold email campaign, cold DM campaign, get VAs or use Instantly or something. There's lots of different ways. Terry says, what's for dinner? Not sure yet. We're going to have a wander down to the restaurants, pick one and eat some stuff. Cheeseburger says, thanks Matt, I haven't seen any videos for a while, but I'll get back on it. Always great content. Appreciate that, buddy. Cheers. Miko says, have you thought about hosting a weekend seminar style bootcamp or hackathon in Dubai focusing on online SaaS? Doing something together in a group would be great. I'd be interested. It's funny you should say that, Miko. Not only have I thought about that, I would love to do that. Like, my plan in 2026 is 100% to do that. Obviously, my channel is small and I'm not running any ads for this yet. So my reach is tiny. But if I could get, I don't know, 6 to 10 people in a room to have have a 3-day build your own SaaS business and build it, teach everything you need to know, build it, network, like have other people there that are doing the same as you, I would love to do that, and it is on my to-do list. That's my dream. Live events are my favorite thing, always has been. I love speaking from stage. Obviously I've not got an audience yet that I could get a stage filled, but the last time I was a social media guy, the first thing I did was, I think we had 6 or 8 people sit around a table in a live thing, and I taught a business model and I loved it. And then in that same venue, within maybe a year or two, we had like 100 plus in that same building. Like, teaching something slightly different, but like I loved it. That's my dream. So I 100% want to do Dubai, I don't know what you call them, boot camps, masterminds, I don't know. 100% my plan to do that is in 2026. I would love to do that, and actually my intention is to have one or two of my one-to-one students come and almost be coaches during those days as well. So you get there, what will be, maybe they'll have had a year's experience then or something like that. So yeah, that's my dream. Love to do it, Miko. It's planned. So it's good to know somebody's interested, because I would love to do that. If I thought I could get, I don't know, if I thought I could get 10 people around a boardroom table in Dubai for 2 or 3 days, I would run it. I would run it now. But I just don't think I've got the reach yet. But this time, I don't know, in a few months' time, we'll see. But 100%. Oka Boy says, is it difficult to get 250 users for an AI SaaS? That's all I need. I agree. I think it's difficult to get 100 users. But once you get 100 users, getting to 250 users is... Getting 0 to 100 is a lot harder than 100 to 250, in my opinion, because if you can get 100 people using your SaaS, well, you've got product market fit, the features are right, it's clearly sticky enough that people are sticking around, otherwise you'd lose them a month later. Like 0 to 100 is the magic zone. You do that, 100 to 250 is easy. Not easy, but not inevitable, but I want to say easy and inevitable, even though it's not. I'm using that as a turn of phrase, but like, yeah, 250 is absolutely doable as long as you can get 0 to 100. So yeah, not that difficult. I would say for most SaaS businesses, anything less than 250, unless it's super high ticket like enterprise software or something like that, less than that would go, I don't want to say failure, but it would be like disappointing. But obviously, going from 0 to 10 is difficult. Going from 0 to 100 is difficult. That's the hard bit. Going from 100 to 250 is a lot easier. Jihan says how to get funding. I don't know, pitch deck, innit? Pitch deck, get in front of VC, but honestly, I think those days are behind us. I met a guy building some AI software that had got decades experience in the game. I met him in Dubai Mall, got chatting to him, and he was on about building pitch deck and stuff. He was so out of touch and clueless with modern day stuff, even though he's been in the game for decades. Like, it was almost like, I don't know, I felt a bit bad for him, because he was like, I knew he was chasing the wrong thing. You don't need funding. What you need is a good idea. You need to learn the basics, fundamentals of building it with AI and AI SaaS, and then you need to learn the basics and fundamentals of sales and marketing, and you need to just put it together. There's no reason why, if you were doing it on your own, obviously if you were paying me to help you, it's going to cost a whole lot more, because I've done $23 million. If I was cheap, you'd say, why are you so cheap? You know, but if you're doing it on your own, you could probably launch some SaaS now for $300-400 if you know what you're doing. Plug Replit into Claude Code, or Claude Code into Replit, should I say. Use free marketing techniques. There's no reason why you can't launch for a few $100s, or what would have took you 2-3 years and 300 grand. So you don't need funding, and you don't even need to bootstrap it. Just fire up AI stuff, fire up Replit, plug Claude Code into it, because Replit's expensive with the AI. It's not expensive compared to old school using human devs, but like, people don't like the agent fees like going up. Well, Claude Code stops at agent fees, so use Replit, plug Claude Code into it, you get the best of both worlds. You're probably going to be paying less than $50 a month, definitely less than about $100 a month, to build software that in 3 months' time is like something that you spent 300 grand on. Like, so you don't need funding. Don't get funded, just build your idea, do it. Go to market. Cheeseburger says, do you have any affiliate programs linked to your SaaS course? Do you mean, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, Cheeseburger. Do you mean my mentorship? Do I have an affiliate program for that? Because I don't have a course. There is recorded training as part of the one-to-one mentorship, but I'm not offering group coaching anymore. I will probably next year at some point, but right now I'm only taking on one-to-one clients because I feel like they get the best results, we get the best relationship, it's the most fun for me. I think it's just massive win-win onto one-to-one groups. I don't enjoy it so much, but like I'll do it probably next year, probably. But I'm enjoying the one-to-one, so I'm going to stick with one-to-one. With regards to if you mean an affiliate program linked to my one-to-one, no, there isn't anything like that. Having said that, if you send me a client and they sign up, and you tell me you've sent them before they come to me, and they sign up, I would be happy to look after you, buy you a drink, as they say in business. Not literally a drink. I will happily look after you, but there's no formal affiliate program linked to my one-to-one mentorship currently. Forry says, what if your target market already use a legacy system and you need to migrate their data into your SaaS? Depends. Do they have an export thing? A lot of these SaaS companies have an export data feature. I mean, if it was a super duper popular use case, then you might decide to, I don't know, build something where it could either download, export, or scrape, naughty words, their data or something. I don't know. It depends on the use case. Miko says, awesome, I'd definitely be there. Well, that's good to know, honestly, Miko, because if I could, like I say, if I could get 6 to 10 people in a room in Dubai, that'd be my dream come true. I would love that. Like, I would rather do that once every quarter than do the online stuff all the time. But I'm going to do both. The intention is to do like a, maybe my current thoughts are 3-day Dubai in person. We get in, say, the Ritz-Carlton on JBR. We hire a room and we're there, and then maybe in the evenings we have drinks, have a meal or something like that. Maybe on the last night we charter a yacht and we go out on a yacht, so for a little bit of maybe drinks, a bit of entertainment, networking, seeing the sights and sounds, going around on a yacht in Dubai. So make it an experience, not just a learning thing. That's my intention. That's what I want to do. So good to know that you'd be up for it. But it wouldn't be cheap. Nothing here in Dubai is cheap. Terry says, we're going to ask, can ChatGPT be used instead of Claude Code? I already pay for ChatGPT. I've not seen... We use ChatGPT every day, and it's got its place, but I've not seen... None of my students have plugged ChatGPT into Replit. I don't know if you can or not. We just use Claude Code because it works and works really well. So I've got to go in a minute. So I'll wrap this up in 7 minutes maximum. So any questions you've got, post them. I've really enjoyed this live, by the way. You guys have been amazing. Posted loads of cool questions. And actually, I think this live has been good enough that I'm actually going to leave it up. I don't know if I deleted the last one that I did, the first one that I did. Or put it on private or delete it or something, I don't know, but I'm going to leave this one up because I think it's been awesome. You guys have done great. Tim says, how can you check the code your AI assistant writes is cyber secure? Do you have to get a human coder to check through it for potential backdoors or weakness, or can software do that? Software does it, Jim. Replit, I don't know who they've partnered up with, but in Replit there's actually a security bit in there, so you could just use that. But also you can, for example, you can have your code in Replit be put into a GitHub, what's it called, suppository. Is that the thing you put up your bum? I don't know, I've had a beer. But anyway, you can essentially export your Replit code into GitHub, and then you could always just have something else, some other software, look at that code and just say, can you find any bugs in it, any security flaws or blah blah blah. Or there's external services that you can plug in that would also check your live SaaS websites and like try and, what do you call it, penetrate it. But often I find that people worry about this too much. That's the biggest reason why I didn't get into SaaS 8-9 years ago. I thought it was that security thing that you're asking about. I thought that was the reason why I couldn't do SaaS. And the reality is it's not as big an issue as you think. Obviously, you'll see people on Reddit and things like that making out it's a massive issue, but it's not as big an issue as you think. You know, that's probably a conversation for a non-public forum, but you can get a human to look at it. Like, I've got one of my coders, my first ever coder that works for me, with me, whatever, for, I don't know, 8-9 years. He was a hacker before he was a full-time coder for me. And obviously the hackers are going to know bits and bobs, but ultimately there's a range of different ways you can attack stuff. But there's tools and methods, especially with AI, that you can have it probe it and reduce the chances of most of it. It's not as big an issue as you think. Adam says, have you used any automation stuff like N8, like AI tools to automate business processes after your app is built plus deployed? We need to be doing more of that, Adam, but I'm a big believer in the fundamentals. If you can't get it, a lot of it is not brute force, a lot of it is psychology. So if you're trying to recruit affiliates, for example, by a cold DM or a cold email, it's all right getting some software to send 1,000 of those out, and you definitely would want to do that maybe over time, but you don't want to do 1,000 of them before you've done like 100 of them by hand, say. And then if you're going to do that, maybe a more cost-effective solution is using a VA and having them follow a process. So I've got a friend of mine that what's he pay, $80 a month, I think, to send, I can't remember what the figures were, but $80 a month to send 4,000 cold emails a month or something like that, and it's just a human doing it. So I think oftentimes our first thoughts are, how do we automate this process? And actually, with the cost of labor around the world, I mean, a lot of the people in Dubai work for $300, $400, $500 a month, full time, more than full time, more than 40 hours a week, and they're working for $300, $400, $500 a month. So it's like you've got people around the world that will do manual processes again and again and again and again for not much money, and you've got a human being that oftentimes they're actually quite smart and reliable. So I think it's easy to go, oh, we'll automate this process, but oftentimes with the cost of labor being what it is around the world, it's almost easier to outsource it, or better to outsource it. But you've got to nail the process down first. You've got to find the right words. For example, you're cold DMing someone, what are the right words to get them to raise their hand? If you just cold DM en masse 10,000 people, well, you're not going to get as good results as if you hand DM a bunch of people and refine your process before you then automate it. No worries, Jim. Right, I'm heading off in a second, guys. Last question. Zaid A. Curry says, I've just come across one of your videos, so you may have already mentioned this before, but what was your path to getting to where you are? What were you working as before you started an entrepreneurship? Wow, that is a big one for the last question. That's a big one for the last question. I do have a video on the channel, I think, that goes into my backstory about how I became a millionaire, and it does cover like the previous stuff. So I'll let you go watch that video rather than me tell you. But long story short, countless estate kid, had nothing, tired of hearing, no, you can't have this, no, we can't go there, no, 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 no. I wanted to change mine and my family's life, and I wanted to get rich. I thought that girls would like me more, and a whole bunch of other reasons. I was just tired of getting teased for not going abroad, and just a bunch of reasons. There was a bunch of pain attached to being a poor kid, brought up on welfare, on benefits. And I just decided that whatever it was, even if it had to mean I had to do something really naughty, I was gonna make money. So having decided that, with a fire in my belly and belief that I could do it, I genuinely believe if someone else can do it, I can do it. If someone else can get rich, I can get rich. And everyone told me, you can't get rich, you can't do it, you can't do it, Matt. Everyone around me, my first girlfriend was like, look at you, Matt, you're pathetic, you're nothing, you're a nobody, you'll never do anything with your life. My teacher said I'm more likely to end up in prison or on the dole, on benefits. Like, my family was like, rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. Like, I didn't have anyone to support me, and essentially I ignored them all, did it anyway, and started making like £300 a week, $300 a week, something like that. And then I was like making $300 a day, and then I was going up to like $2 grand a day. It was all passive, but that was 20 odd years ago. and I quit uni, and one thing after another. I don't know where Ollie's gone. Oh, she's back. She banged the door. I think it's because this door's open. One thing after another anyway. Here we are, 20 odd years later. Crypto, real estate, precious metals, business, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, here I am, talking to you from a balcony with a JD on Onion Coke. But yeah, watch that, buddy. Right, thanks ever so much. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I've really enjoyed this live. We'll do it again sometime. Thanks for all the questions. I appreciate them. I appreciate everybody actually asked me decent questions as well. Like, it's been fun. So yeah, thanks for that. I'll do it again. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Maybe, Miko, I'll see you in Dubai. Thanks everyone. If you like, I don't know if you can comment below these lives or what. I don't know how it works after when it's recorded. But if you're interested in maybe doing an AI SAAS training boot camp, 2-3 day boot camp in Dubai or something like that, where we hang out after networking, go on a yacht and all that stuff, let me know. Because if enough people want it, maybe it'll happen sooner rather than later. Thanks everybody. Cheers guys. Yeah, I'm off out for food. See you all. Thank you, bye.